Good morning, fellow peeps and folks. I'm Allie, and today we are watching Code Geass, the last episode of R2. Maybe the last episode ever. I have no idea. We'll see. We'll see how the story here ends, how it evolves into this last episode. Yeah, my voice is currently breaking down. But with one episode left, I don't want to end this. I don't want to keep it away. I want to know what happens now with Lelouch and Nunnally. It's going to be interesting. Nunnally opened her eyes. Maybe that's what happened, why she actually found the key. Like, because we saw a scene where something happened. Like, something... Then she actually turned her head in the right direction. So I guess that's when it happened the first time or something. But yeah, that's gonna be interesting. We still have a fight going on outside, but yeah, this is the end. And I'm curious how we will end this. I can already hear banging outside my door, so someone's home, but I hope it doesn't, matter too much. I don't know if my microphone even... I don't know. Maybe if I wouldn't have taken such a long break after that one episode, and if there wasn't the phone call during that other, maybe I would have been farther along right now, but yeah. And this episode is called Ray or whatever, how you want to pronounce the E there, with a semicolon, which is weird, because you usually, it kind of makes me think that it's gonna be like some sort of the end question mark thingy. Like, because if you have a dot, like a full stop, then there's the end. That's the end. But the semicolon is like, well, the sentence is not over, but it's still more of a break than a comma. And yes, I'm analyzing the punctuation in the title, because it could be important. Maybe it actually means this. Like, it's not actually over for good, but like there's kind of a significant pause after this. So yeah, I guess we're gonna watch this now and see how it goes, right? Like, to make sure that I have the right titles, I always have like a list of episodes there, and I find it interesting that the writer is always the same this season. But this episode has a lot of directors, so I'm expecting good things. So let's do this. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Fight is still going on. And she's opened her eyes. Technically it is. And the last one is here. That's something he can't imagine. But he didn't want it to control her. It's so weird to see her with her eyes open. The last, like, 20 minutes of this. Wow. We're gonna just enjoy this. Or hope to enjoy it. Because, you know, it could also be very bad. But, hey, still hoping. Everything is bright. All right. Let's see this. Final turn. Mm-hmm. They both have their motivations. Yeah. That's the thing. This isn't fun and games anymore. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Never. Yeah, sometimes people do things for other people and they don't ask them if they want it. Yeah, not everyone can. That's true too. Mm. Yeah, he can't even get there. They all protect something or follow some ideal. But to judge if something is right or wrong is. Yeah. Hmm. Mm. It's getting into the gosh, I'm forgetting the word. They're just putting together this discussion on lots of different places and stuff. It's a collage of like hmm. He's actually doing it. But she's fighting it. She has a strong will. Oh, that is so weird to see her change like that again. She was fighting it too. Oh. Is he gonna reset the whole memory stuff now? Give her the memories? Yeah, it's all or nothing now. Sorry if I'm not saying much, I'm just. Damn. Yeah. He only commanded you to give it to you. He only commanded you to give it. Nothing more. Oh gosh, stairs. Mm-mm. Hmm. I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, at least he has not used it to explode the Damocles. But yeah. So we're gonna do it like that, or is something still gonna happen? So is still something gonna happen, or is this the aftermath now? Imperial Crown Colony of Japan. Wow. Damn. This is just... I have no words anymore. Okay. Is this gonna be important now, or is this just aftermath stuff? Yeah. What is it? A new Zero has entered the fray? Okay. Okay. Damn. Damn. I mean, I only know one person who this could be, who would be able to do stuff like that. Yeah. It's the only one who could have done that because of the live command. Okay. Break the chain of hatred. So it's basically the passing of the torch in a way. And Suzaku will be able to basically undo everything that Lelouch has done. So that is what they mean. Hmm. Technically, yeah. Okay, and he is prepared to die now. Okay. And everyone's silent. He had to. If you think back to how the story of his dad was, having to kill him because he thought it would make things better, that's basically the same thing again. Just okay. Goodbye, Lelouch. I think you're dead for real now. Wow. So that Nunnally can see you like this. I mean, that doesn't excuse him from doing a lot of bad stuff, though. Alright. Yeah. A new zero, but it's a symbol, isn't it? You all used it once. And they're all... She's the only one actually crying. Well, Suzaku is probably crying under his mask too. I like that music. Pictures. At least. I guess that's good. And Suzaku is technically still protecting Nunnally. Like he was supposed to. They married, of course. Damocles floating upwards into the sun. Oh, that's a symbol. And that is the end. Different pictures. Oh, some of it from earlier. It's kind of a mix between what we had before and what we had now and stuff. Because there's some first season stuff here and some beginning of second season stuff. That is, I think that's first still. Yeah, that was second with the chains. That was definitely first season. Yeah, that's it. Now I'm really curious if they are going to make something more. Of course, it would be without Lelouch. But, you know? They could do the Zero storyline further. Just, you know, Suzaku would be the one then. Okay. And this time we don't have an extern. Alright, people. That was Code Geass. And yeah, I'm kind of curious if they are going to make something else out of this, then we would probably, you know, follow Suzaku and what he's doing and stuff. But if not, this is the ending. Interesting. I mean, I don't excuse all the lives that have been lost through to due to Lelouch's plans. I mean, nope. There have still been a lot of losses. I mean, his plan worked in the end. You know, just the way the way he got there. It was a little bit meh. But, I mean, his plan, that was the Zero Requiem that they planned. Lelouch would basically take all the power, and then Zero would kill Lelouch, and, you know, make peace. And that kind of worked, I guess. If we can believe what was said in the end, that it has become kind of a better place, that there's more going for, you know, solving poverty and whatever. I mean, I guess it's, in the end, yeah, it's okay. It's just, you know, you gotta think, was it worth the losses? Of course, you gotta think also, like, if I would have done it the other way, would it have resulted in less losses or more? In Lelouch's eyes, this was the best way to do it, I guess. The thing is, we watching this are not in a position like him. Like, we don't have to decide over life and death like this. We can make small choices in our lives. We cannot be assholes, for example. But we don't decide over the outcomes of wars just as a single person. Which also means that we don't really understand the pressure. That's why I'm that's why I want to be a little bit more careful with saying anything, with judging anything, because I don't know how it feels to be in that position. Just, from my perspective, maybe there would have been a better way, but the thing is, I don't know how it is. I don't know if I could have found a better way. So I guess we'll just gonna take it, and Nunnally's alive. I mean, that counts for something. Suzaku didn't die. I mean, the thing is, how strong is that Geass thing? How strong could the command to live be? Because, like, the Lancelot exploded. But he had to get out somehow. I mean, I was like, that's too easy, but, still, like, how did he get out? I want answers, but we won't get any, probably, because, the show won't give us that. So he's now in the role of Zero. It was kind of a passing of the torch, passing of the mask kind of thing. That was the plan. Making himself, like, Lelouch's plan was to make himself be hated by, like, everyone. He was ready to basically take that on himself. I know a lot of people, like, in media and stuff, in, like, shows, there are a lot of characters who wouldn't do that because, the name means something in the future too and stuff, and Lelouch basically sullied his name with that a lot. He's, like, his reasoning, it did remind me from the beginning a lot of Light Yagami from Death Note. The only difference is that, it ended differently. And, but the reasoning of, hey, I am the one who will shoulder all the sins of the world, basically. And, well, in the end, I'm gonna be the only criminal, technically. That's what the reasoning in Death Note was. And Lelouch here did something similar, saying, okay, I'm gonna shoulder all the sins and be responsible for everything. And then someone's gonna kill me, be the savior, and, kind of carry on and make it better. So, yeah, like I said, I don't know what exactly to think about Lelouch in that case, but I guess in the end he did have a plan that he executed. At least he waited with that stuff, like executing the prisoners and all that, so they could all be saved and stuff. But I guess that's good. And now Suzaku can basically fulfill his promise that he's given Lelouch a long, long time ago of protecting Nunnally. And I guess Cornelia's still alive also, so I guess Nunnally and Cornelia are gonna do a lot to kind of build up the world and all that. Suzaku as Zero helping them. But he can't really have a normal life now, because everyone thinks Suzaku is dead. And now thinks that Lelouch wasn't Zero. I mean, some of them know. But I don't know. I don't know how the masses are thinking about it. Yeah, but that's speculation. You can go on and on and on with it, I guess. Talking about the whole show, it was definitely a lot for the brain. Kind of like NGE beforehand. Honestly, I should kind of get me an anime that isn't too mindfuckery. But honestly, like, from time to time I like that. not too much at once. Like, those 8 episodes were a lot at once, but I wanted to kind of finish this show now because I've waited way too long to do that. The thing is just, yeah, not too much at once. But every once in a while I enjoy a little mindfuckery. You know, it kind of makes the brain go. Theorizing and philosophizing, that's the word, right? Like the whole discussions about having a world without lies, having like this whole collective unconscious that we had. I mean, yeah, it reminded me a lot of NGE. And some of it reminded me a lot of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. But I mean, that's just how it is. Like, shows and novels and everything, like, stories take from each other and make it different, and you reuse stuff. It's not bad as long as you make your own of it. It's not, like, it's just tropes that are used, and it's just weird that I've watched NGE and this right after one another, and it has definitely used some of the same tropes. But yeah, I've also seen some tropes that I have used in my novels, which I haven't published yet. But I'm not gonna get discouraged because of it, because, you know, it's just basically building blocks you can use to make your story. And the story had definitely had a unique feel to it. Because there are not a lot of stories who can really make you go back and forth with trusting and not trusting the main character. I mean, there are a few, but not a lot. And that's what I had to feel with Lelouch a lot. Like, I understood his motives at some point, but then I was like, but his actions are not great, and I went back and forth and back and forth. And then in the end I was just like, nope, let's be on Nanali's side. That's fine. And I mean, being on Nanali's side is definitely... Yoo-hoo. She survived, and I'm happy about this because, you know, you gotta have your favorite that does survive. But yeah, all in all, good show that made you think, definitely. I will watch it on my own time again in the English dub, because I have committed to do the sub for the reactions. It's also a little bit easier for me because while I'm talking, it's easier for me to read than listen. I mean, it makes sense, you know. Multiple acoustic things, and then you have a visual thing to concentrate on. But I will watch the dub because I have a lot seen names that I know in those credits, and I will definitely watch that again with those voices because, you know, that's great. I'm just trying to... Okay, so when you see this on Patreon, then... when you see this on Patreon, technically it's just 2 days before I will have a new show in place of She-Ra on the highest tier on Patreon. Not yet on YouTube, but I wonder what that will be too. I gotta decide on so many things right now. I need to decide if I will react to Neon Combini. I don't know yet about that. And then I have to decide on a show that will replace She-Ra and a show that will replace, like an anime that will replace Code Geass. The only thing that's probably still gonna take some time is playing Undertale, because, we're gonna do a few playthroughs. But yeah. Well, that's the end of an era again. I don't even know when this will come out on YouTube. Like, it's still gonna be so long. October, November, December, January, February. Yeah, it's gonna come out like in March next year. Okay, it's a lot. So yeah. But that's it with Code Geass. I think at the point when you are watching this on Patreon or on YouTube, any point, really, I will have decided on a new anime. Maybe it will be as good as this one, maybe it won't. I don't know. I really enjoyed watching Code Geass with you guys. There was a lot of mindfuckery in here, but it was a lot more down to earth than NGE was in the end, I gotta admit. Which pushes it a little bit above NGE for me. It's very similar in like how I feel about it, because it had a lot of similar topics, a lot similar philosophical questions, all of that. But in the end, the solution kind of to the problem made more sense to me than the NGE stuff did. Because with NGE there's a lot to unpack, but yeah, here it did feel like a substantial ending, like something that is a solution. And this puts it above NGE for me. I'm probably not gonna put it above FMAB for me, because Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is just, it's my jam. So it's very hard for anything to surpass it. And I think it's just, FMAB has a lot more lovable characters for me that I'm rooting for all the time, so I think that's the reason. Like, because at some point here in Code Geass, I found it a little bit hard to root for anyone. Especially during the time we thought that Nunnally was dead. I was like, oh gosh, who am I gonna root for now? There was like a little bit of Schneisel, but he lost brownie points quick. He's still alive too. Well, damn. I mean, if we get something else, there's a lot of potential, because still a lot of characters are there who can become a problem or not a problem. Who knows? But if this is the end, it's a good ending. I mean, it feels like something that fits this show. That we had kind of from the very beginning, for the, yeah, I'm gonna sacrifice myself in the end, because all I want is a world where my sister can be happy. And technically, I mean, I don't know if she will be happy, but she's safer now, I guess. So yeah, that was a ride, especially today. 8 episodes is not a small task, but I got through it, and my throat got a little bit better through the last episode. I'm sorry if I kind of disturbed you with my coughing sometimes, but that's just what happens when you talk a lot. Like a lot. But yeah, my task now will be to edit this. And to write a little bit on my novels, and, one question I still have is, yeah, the thing is, I don't know how long I will have a lot of time, because I am in my last year of studies from last semester onwards. And in that case, I would think about, would you be mad at me if I would do less? Probably just either give up on the gaming again after I finish Undertale, or, don't have one anime and one Western animation at once, but just do one at a time while I do the whole Red versus Blue and Ruby thing all the time. I'm not sure yet, honestly. But if it's like that, I will have to revamp Patreon and all of that. But in case of, I might have time and capacity to do something else, to not do reactions, but also give you some different content. I have tried doing it at one point, doing like writing advice videos, but from now on I'm like, yeah, writing advice, it's everywhere and people are just pushing it into your face. But something similar, like some creativity thing. Maybe we could, just develop a story together or whatever. Just something. I'm thinking about how I can, still do a lot of content, but kind of minimize my workload, because I'm going to start into real life soon. And, that's gonna mean full-time work and all that. So I don't know how the channel will fit into this yet. I'm saying this right now, even though, like, when this comes out on Patreon, it doesn't really matter at the moment, because, like I said, I still have a year to go. But when this comes out on YouTube, it's already March, which will mean that it's not gonna take long. So, to all of you who also watch this on YouTube and haven't left yet, because this is a very long video, maybe I'm gonna put something in between, like, for the future of the channel, watch this part. But yeah, just a question, what you would prefer, if, if you would be okay with me doing different content or just less content overall, depending on how much time I have and how much capacity I have. So, yeah. I guess next week, if it all works out that way, we're gonna have a new show, a new anime, and I have no idea what it will be. So, on this note, have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next video that won't be Code Geass. Bye!